Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Wait, are we live events?
I think we're broadcasting.
Let's just double check. There are no events on schedule. How do you go to the URL?
That's not right. Window.
This has been frustrating, everybody. So there was a. Oh, it still says it's standing by. Is that the right URL? Click the one from the Kickstarter.
This is the one I just posted, so it better work. Woo! There it is.
Okay, cool. Hey, everyone.
Hey, you're gonna go to that? It's really annoying.
I'm gonna mute. No, I was just gonna mute it. Okay. It doesn't matter. So, we've been trying to figure this out. It turns out that iOS's Hangouts can't do live Hangouts, but it doesn't tell you that. Instead, it just says there's an error. So we were attempting to fix it, and blah 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 blah.
This is our beautiful camera rig, so you'll be able to see the game.
Yeah. So we ended up getting like some streaming thing, and then I have it. But it's working. So
we're here.
Give us a moment to take a breath. And hopefully you can hear us. I think you can. We heard us earlier.
I'll also be on comment duty.
Yeah, and we're going to be looking at comments. So we're going to play some province for you, and while we're up to it, we're also going to be answering comments. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Oh, I already see some familiar names. Hey, go. It looks like we also have maybe like 10, 15 seconds of lag. So sorry if we get to your comments late. And so we have this awesome version of the game that we're working with. I call it the deluxe cardboard set.
Yeah, it's wrong video.
Wrong video. Deluxe cardboard.
Super deluxe cardboard.
Yeah, where's the camera? There it is. Yeah.
Sweet.
So, wow, that video is actually like a minute late.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. It's actually rubber bands holding the iPhone up, but it's going to take a while for us to get to this comment. So let's play.
We've got everything together here.
Yeah. So
if we have the standard board set up, we've got our initial workers in place, and the Blender coin on there just so y'all can see it.
We don't have the Blender coin yet.
All right, whatever.
Put it out and buy it. I'm following the rules to the T. We made this game.
All right.
Okay, so Clayton, you want to go first?
Sure.
That's how gentlemen decide who goes first. So, all right.
So yeah, sorry we're late in all this. So let's get right to playing a little game of province. So I'm going first. So I'm going to be the blue player, and Sam's going to be the red player. And then since I'm going first, I'm going to take 2 coin, and Sam is going to take 3. And we'll try to keep this compact enough so you can see how we are doing without making that visually confusing. All right. So
that's our goal right now. We're using the new goal tokens.
Yeah. So the first goal is the 2 worker goal, and let's start.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to move my worker onto the Monet, and then I am going to take the 2 labor, because that makes sense on the first turn. And I am going to build the lender.
Why would you do that?
Because it's great.
Okay. Well,
and I'm going to have to pay 2 in order to do that, and it is now Sam's turn.
Cool. Doing 1 of each. Got 1 coin. I have 2 labor. I'm going to spend 3 of those coins, and I'm going to build the camp. And that guy goes on the top labor spot.
Or if we end up rotating,
we might change it.
Go over there. But for now, that's how it goes. So it's now my turn again. And next, I'm going to...
Yeah, we're sorry about the frame rate of the phone video. It's the best we can do. Our internet connection is not so hot right now. And if you wonder how big the lag is, it's when I started saying that from when you posted it.
All right, so no, it's better than nothing. We can also record another game and just do a actual video.
We'll do a nicer one at some point. We have a good camera, but we can't use it as a webcam.
Unfortunately, we were also investigating that, and that also wasn't possible. We have like a ton of cameras, and none of them work for streaming. So, all right, my turn.
Crush him with colors. Hi, Jason.
No. Oh, and by the way, where's the lender coin? We moved it over there. Yeah. Now the lender coin is in play.
Cool.
All right. I'm going to just use the lender coin. Why not? Screw it. Let's use the features of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to loan the camp. I am.
Okay.
I'm going to loan the camp, so I can move this meeple. I will move this meeple. I will move this meeple. I will move this meeple. That means I'm getting a total of 3 labor and 1 coin.
Cool.
And now that I will spend all of that, and I will build the mill.
Yeah.
And it is now Sam's turn.
Cool.
And I'm now crushed by the burden of debt.
Right on. But you are empowered by the burden of extra labor.
That's true.
Yep.
Okay, so hold on, let me, there's a question here.
Yep.
How do you know which player can use the yellow meeple? The yellow meeple is enabled when you build the camp. So whatever player has built the camp gets to use it. So right now Sam has built it.
So I'm the only person who can use it until Clayton's built it, and we both can.
Right, and I used it last turn by using the lender coin. The lender coin allows me to use one of Sam's structures for 1 turn in exchange for taking the lender coin.
I'm going to give up having one of those monies. Or no, do I want to?
And when I have the lender coin, the only way I can get rid of it is by paying 3 coins later, which, depending on what I do, may or may not be easy. So that's a risk you have to wait. If you don't pay it off by the end of the game, then you lose 2 victory points. How big is the board? It's just under 4 inches, roughly.
I might have screwed up there.
Also,
I confused myself while you were talking. Sorry.
It's okay. So the board is just under 4 inches.
It's about the height of a number 9 envelope. Yeah. So if you look at a regular mailing envelope, it's the height of an insert in there.
I've also written the exact dimensions all over the Kickstarter in the comments and in various places. So if you want to know the exact numbers, just go dig around.
Sorry, if I screwed up, it's because we're also talking about the game. So.
Is there anything else that needs to be answered? No. Okay, cool.
Assume they don't have Gorilla.
All right. So now I need some monies, so I'm going to move this worker and take 1 coin, and then I'm going to move, I can't move that one because it's not mine. I can move this one.
You're going to grind? Get 2 labor?
I know, I'm going to have to move it, I'll do that. So I'm going to move this one, and then I'll grind, and I will take 1 more coin.
Cool. My turn?
Yep.
So that gave me 1 coin. I'm going to grind for another, and Clayton's your turn.
Wish I had a pair of gorilla hand gloves.
No,
so
I'm not going to
like
move this guy.
And be like, gorilla.
Yeah.
I don't.
So I just moved this one and these 2, and then got the 1 coin from this and then ground. Grinded.
Grinded it.
Yep.
All right, so. Oh, and I didn't. Oh, I forgot I had the mill. Yeah, this is really hard to pay attention to and play, but we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my next turn, I have my free labor.
Good evening, rivalry of warlords. Sorry, you're far away, and this camera's in my face. Not in it, in front of it.
And Sam is starving me for cash right now by not having moved any workers onto the lower left labor space.
See, he can't buy anything because he has no money. He already got the thing that's 2 coins.
Right, so I'm going to move both of these guys here.
You can get 2 labor and 1.
And yeah, and since I already have a free labor, I'm just going to move all of the workers, and then I'm going to end up with 2 extra coins.
No, you could just grind once and then use the mill and pick up the camp.
No.
So you just got 3 labor.
No, I didn't. Or yeah, I got. Sorry, yes, I got 3 labor.
So yeah, plus 1.
Yeah.
So that's 4 labor.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I'm grinding twice. Any monies?
But if you grind, didn't you have 1 coin already?
No. No, I had 2.
Yeah, so if you just grind once, I'll give you 1 coin. You have 2 labor. Then you can still get the camp.
I don't want the camp.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Man.
Well,
I'm playing an edge game here.
Okay. My turn. Sorry, I just wiggled everything. Earthquake. So now we know that this game takes place.
Jorge, how do you get rid of the lender token? You have to pay 3 coin, or Sam can take it from me if he wants to use the lender token.
Yep. So all 5 coins. 1, 2, so that's 5. And then, hold on.
Will Faust, yes, I am wearing my Boba Fett hoodie, the awesome Mark Echo one that was made a while ago. I'm going to click back so you can admire mine.
Okay, you just click this again.
All right, back again.
So I made 5, and then that's 2, and I'm going to borrow the mill.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have 3 labor, and I'm going to use that to I'm going to pick up the Union, get that victory point. I really want to do that first. That's probably a bad move. I should have probably saved up for the bank. Yeah, I'm going to take that back. Okay. So I have 2 labor. I'm just going to use that to get another coin. Yeah, it's a better move. Cool. Your turn.
Okay, to answer Mazzani's question, will the game be available only through the Kickstarter campaign, or will we sell it through other channels? We're not sure yet. We will probably have extra. We don't know how we are going to handle distribution at this point. It'll probably still be direct through us, but we're in talks, so we don't know yet. But stay tuned for updates.
Cool, it's your turn.
Is the game available on Steam? Can I buy it on the Humble Bundle? Well, it's not a digital game, so no. They don't, as of now, support physical game distribution. So
I'd like to see them do it.
Yeah, that'd be
I don't know what that would even mean.
Yeah. So my turn.
You can get it on Cosmo.com, which is actually coming back, and you can't get it on Cosmo.com, but that'd be cool if you remember Cosmo.com.
All right. No. I'm definitely going to move this.
Mm-hmm.
Take the coin. And then I'm going to move.
So, you know, we're also playing a little slowly, but usually the game goes faster than this. It's because we're
multitasking.
Yeah, so iPad apps doesn't work. It doesn't look like a PC game. Like the old days, we played games on tables. It's still the old days. We're still playing these games on tables.
Right.
So I'm really excited about the iPad app.
2 later, I'm going to cave and. Should I cave?
Yeah, do it, dude. You can really use it.
I know, but I really want to do the other.
Don't have to prove it. We can use weird strategies in our second game.
All right.
So Clayton and I like testing strategies against each other, and we might play 5 games to see if, like, even once something ridiculous could work.
Yeah.
And yeah,
can.
It has. It's kind of fun.
All right, so I'm gonna build the camp.
Cool.
In the center.
Cool. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm gonna get 1 coin, 3 labor. I'm gonna borrow the mill from you, so I have 4 labor. I'm gonna build the bank.
And that is very bad for me.
Yep, I got that pretty early.
Yeah,
so
the bank is very powerful.
about to make some money. So Clayton's gonna want to make sure I don't get as much money as I'd like. So that probably means not moving to the top equal, but it's up to him.
Yes, it would be up to me, but I do need to use it. So let's see here. All right, well, I'm going to claim my monies. So, 2. Oh, gosh. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy. Give me 1 labor. I have 2 labor. So at this point, I'm going to probably starve Sam. So I'm just going to grind those 2 labor into another coin, and it will be Sam's turn.
Hold on. What is Bjorn's festiveness to the maximum? Bjorn's going to be super maximum soon.
We're running out of accessory spaces, quite frankly. We're working on it.
We're still the background, And then neither a borrower nor a lender don't put a house on the lender. The lender is necessary in order to get the bank too. So even if you don't intend to use the lender coin, it's an added cost to make sure I can double my money, double my fund. Okay.
Move your assets up.
Yeah.
You can see your things.
So I'm just gonna get 2 labor. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to get 3 labor.
The pieces of the board. This is made from really, really crappy cardboard. The final game will be made of chipboard. It'll be 1/16 inch.
Picking up the mill.
Super Lux. Think like Fantasy Flight style, fancy chipboard. What we want.
Cool. Your turn. I keep thinking I'm screwing up just because I'm multitasking. The game's actually pretty brain intensive. You need to look at what they have, you want to look at how much money they have, and then what you want to starve them for the next turn, what you can get away with to just barely do anything. So
consider goals.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's see. I'm going to claim my 2 labor, or 2 coin. So I'm going to swap out my 5, 4, 5, and then claim 2. And then
I would love to make a Bjorn card for shift. Just those shift cards are kind of like tough to balance because unlike a regular card game, you need to balance the shift card against every single other shift card.
They're also expensive to print.
They're also expensive to print. The board does get crowded once you get all your meeples on there. It's true. But we've managed to do it.
So I just built the union, which allows me to sort of reverse grind and turn cash back into labor.
Yep. So that also scored him a victory point. So regardless, it's worth something. So my turn. So 4. Okay.
Not really. I don't really need to drop Fantasy Flight's name. I was just using that because most people own a Fantasy Flight game.
I'm grabbing the harbor. And I'm gonna. So the harbors are black and a white, and I have no money. And it's your turn. You want to land the harbor to get a worker?
Does the board get crowded? Yeah, the board can get a little
already
crowded if you
that
fully
one.
load up. Oh, sorry.
That's about it. Okay, so Sam is on the right and Clayton's on the left. So if you want to root for us, feel free.
We should
He's blue, I'm
If we
red.
had more time, we could have made labels and made it all pretty, but we didn't have time.
So right now, workers for hire off the harbor.
Sure. If I would build the harbor.
Well, I have the lender coin and you have 3 coins.
So.
And you can get that goal.
Oh gosh, you're right. That is really tempting.
You're tempting.
All right. Hold on. I'm taking a coin.
Yep.
Here you have. That's probably my best option.
I think so.
So.
An extra worker makes you get more cash.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eat the debt. I'm gonna take a lender coin, and I'm going to pay 3, and I'm going to buy a worker, a sailor, who is now mine and only mine, and no one can lend him from me.
Cool. You still have labor that you could. You didn't? Did you move him? No.
No.
You only got 1 coin.
You're right. I don't want to move those.
Okay, sounds good. My turn. So I gotta. Still gonna be a sailor. I'm gonna bring the coins over here so you can see them.
Goal's currently the 2 worker goal. Which I get.
Yep.
Yeah, goal.
Sorry.
Right, so the next goal is.
It's the 5 coin goal. So I have 4 labor right now. And no money, so I'm just gonna turn that into 2 coins. Wait, it's your turn.
Okay. Did you check that section?
Yeah, take my comments with a grain of salt. I have an odd sense of humor.
Okay,
I was the one that suggested female oozes in the tech Kickstarter. It's all good, man. We all have weird sense of humors here in the laboratory. Or laboratory, depending on which side of the pond you fall on.
All right, so I'm taking my coin. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Notice how Clayton has been letting me put meeples on the money thing so I can get more money. Because he's a jerk.
Yeah, so I'm actually not going to move my workers.
Oh, God, I hate you. So much. We have these ideas for some other structures if we ever did like an add-on, and one of the ones we were talking about is something where you could pay to maybe be able to move a worker 2 things on the cycle.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. No. I take that back, but I wish I had it now.
Yeah. That's a sequel idea.
Yeah, so we're just kicking around ideas. Depending on how well this game does, if the game not just sells well, we know it's doing that through the Kickstarter-ish right now.
Yeah.
But if people enjoy the game and would want to buy a bigger box one and be willing to pay shipping, then this is something we consider.
Yeah, I mean, basically we'll ask everybody, are you interested in this once you've had a chance to play it? Check the game out first. You can't really know now, right?
Yeah, we haven't really, when we develop games, we come up with so much stuff that's not going to be them because our brains are just thinking about it all the time. Yeah. So can't really help but do all of that. So my turn. Gotta do these sailor tokens again. White. So I'm gonna make 1 coin from that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna turn that into 2 more coins. And I just got the 5 gold.
Dang it.
This one's the 2 VP goal. I'm going to make change just for the 5. Yeah. And it's your turn, Clayton.
So it is. So move these guys. I'm going to frame 2 coins. And
yeah, 3D meeples would be really, really good. We can't fit them in an envelope. But there are meeples available at meeplesource.com and at the Game Crafter if you don't want to order them in bulk. So if you feel like upgrading your own game, feel free to do that. But right now, the way we're doing shipping, it does not make sense for us to include them.
It would literally cost you, it would triple the price of the game for anyone outside of the country. And we don't want to.
And even if you're in the country, you'd almost double it.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, it's silly to include them because you can buy them on your own and they will be affordable. But if we ship them to you, they will be very expensive because of how we would need to then ship it to you.
Plus, we're hitting that worker goal that allows us to. We're going to have the meeple on one side and then a different symbol on the other side to show that you've moved him. So that if you want, you can flip it over when you move it, so that you know which ones you moved. And you put them all back.
Yeah.
For the 3D meeples, I recommend laying them down if they've earned a resource.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to use them. We just can't do them as a stretch goal for this project, unfortunately.
Yeah. But in a big box game,
Yeah,
probably.
So I moved the 2 workers, claimed 2 coin, and now I have 3 workers left I can move. That is frustrating. That is what I want to do. My rabbit is making funny breathing noises in the background.
We'll bring Bobo over later, maybe.
No, we're not going to bother Bobo. He's all the time.
I can walk the camera over there.
No. All right, so.
Later.
No.
We have a rabbit here. He's so cute.
He's super cute. All right. Okay, now is a tough decision point for me.
Michael, you are totally correct. I have tons of meeples. I mean, if you own Lords of Waterdeep, you can basically stop meeples for anything. They'll all just be purple and weird. Or they're blue, yellow, and weird colors. Right.
I don't have enough to do what I want to do, which is annoying. So...
What, you don't want to generate 5 labor?
Shut up.
Come on, do it. And then you get 5 and 5. You can get the smithy. You can get the village.
I can't generate. I already moved 2. I can't.
Oh, right on. Oh,
I can generate up to 4. 4.
Okay, 4 labor. You can get the harbor.
I don't know if that helps me with this point, I don't think it does. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop my turn. It's your turn.
Really?
Yep.
Don't want that labor.
No, I don't want that labor.
I have literally not gotten to use the bank once. Let me use my things. I'm running low on power. Can you plug my laptop in and undo yours?
No, you're good. Go on. I'll just
wait.
this like
Okay. Okay. It's only slightly darker.
Sorry about that, phone.
It's barely noticeable. The webcam of the phone is making up for it. Sweet. So my turn.
Just lost the lamp if that was confusing.
1, 2, 4 labor. Oh, wait. I gotta do the fervor. Sailor. And I got 1 labor already.
Nope, he said focus change. Wait 1 second.
So,
there we go. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
So that was for like 30 seconds ago. So.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Grind away.
Hold your horse. Right, I forgot I had this 5 coin.
You do? Oh, damn.
So that's 5 and 5. Or because of the mill, I'll pick up the smithy. Totally forgot I had that coin. And that gives me this goal.
So that one. Next up is, and you go to which cross?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's canceled because we both already have 4 structures. Last one's generate 5 labor in a turn. And it's your turn.
Dang it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Also, the cost of the smithy on this board is tweaked a little bit from the games that other people have. So.
I've won. There's no way that you can win this one.
Yep, probably true.
No, it's definitely mathematically true.
All right, because if I build the structure,
yeah,
I
that
have
ends
to build
it.
the village.
Well,
let's just play it out, because why not? At this point.
Okay, so normally you'd concede at this point. Because he literally can't win. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 victory points.
Yeah.
He has 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can't.
If he builds the village, that ends the game, and it'll end with 6, including this. But there's no way for him to get enough.
Yeah.
Because of the goal. And
yep. So, I mean, I guess there's no way. Yeah, there's no way.
That's it. Cool. Shut out. Yeah.
All right. So.
But yeah, he did not let me use that bank once.
Yeah. The bank is really powerful. It really.
I would have won a bit ago, unless.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I could have raced to try to build the bank. That would be.
Normally, your weird hang up about the camp early on.
Yeah, I know.
I think that cost it for you.
It probably did. Yeah, there are a few weird strategies you can try to do that are harder to pull off depending on the game, but they're fun to try.
Yep. Another coin goes up here. So let's take a little bit of time to answer some questions. Like I said, there's a lot of lag, so post them while we're talking about the other one.
Do you want to show the your business card version while we're?
Oh, sure.
While we're.
So, like I said, this was a business card game. The version of my business cards has a slightly different looking Bjorn. It's colored a little differently. Didn't spend as much time on it. And this is the board. It's even smaller. Yeah. Yeah, sure. We'll show it on this one. So you can see it's a lot nicer now to play on. Also, it used to use dice, but we switched it to the ship coins. Because
dice and envelopes do not mix. Yeah. So that is the original version of the game. Actually, that's not the original version. There are actually a bunch of previous versions that Sam designed that are all sort of fun to look at. That maybe
we're making a person out of. Meeples.
I think he's
Meepletron, defender of the game. This is happening.
There's also a question about whether we could make three-dimensional meatballs out of chipboard. That's probably not ideal. Hypothetically, yes, we could make them stand up by giving like little standees. They're pretty small. I mean, like they can't really be too much bigger than this. So as is, like these aren't too hard to pick up because they're reasonably thick. But like making a nice stand where it feels balanced and you can move them and look at them, and then you don't have to worry about like the side angles and like getting a good angle on them. They actually read pretty well when they're flat. So
for hands.
I do.
Then he has a gold emblem on his chest. And Victor's points for feet.
How long have we been working on this? I think
I could talk more about that if you want.
Sure. I don't remember when you first started.
Yeah, so maybe 3 months ago I started kicking around an idea for a game that had this cyclic thing on it. And originally it was a fighting game. We might talk more about that later, where each person would need their own business card. But when I make small games, they tend to be battle games, and I was sick of doing that narrative, so I tried exploring some other stuff. So it was maybe like a month and a half of kicking around in the back of my head and just sketching every once in a while and talking with some game friends of mine. And then once I got to work on this, it was probably another like month and a half of just working in my spare time, making it all work and balancing it. Then I took it to Clayton, and he was like, "This is actually pretty good."
Yeah.
So then we brought it here and prepped the Kickstarter for
sure. I mean, we did
a couple weeks. And
yeah, I mean, we did a bunch of testing in between there, which is where we basically sort of refined the numbers.
Yeah.
The Union wasn't originally on the board. There wasn't. Grind and Union didn't exist when we first played it.
Also, people had their own board still the first time we played it, and the Union was something called the Trader, and you could use that to trade resources between your board and your opponent's board. But that's all gone.
Yeah, it's more fun if it's concise and your economies are competing by sharing the worker pool rather than like sort of arbitrarily managing your own work.
Yeah, this is just an interesting way to create not just player interaction. What's the word I want to use? Like, not ecosystem, not economy. Sorry, I'm bad with words sometimes. It sort of creates like a geography for each turn where it's different, and it can be different deliberately because terrain. Yes, it's game terrain, and it's changing. So you don't always have the same things available to you. And if you want, you can be aggressive with it, but you don't have to be.
Yeah. I was having an email exchange with one of the people who wanted to try the game, and he said he wasn't happy with some of the kinds of decision-making, and he had different expectations about it. And really the kinds of things that you do in this game are thinking about it's really about accounting for your opponent. So this game is designed very tightly for two people. So when a lot of people are like, oh, we want a 3-player or 4-player version, it's like it's not that we don't want to, but why we keep bringing up the other game is that this game is tightly designed around two people competing for the resources that are available. And without additional resources and sort of another...
It's been balanced for two.
Yeah, it's been balanced for two. Yeah. So unfortunately, there's no way to sort of like grow this game. But at the same time, we really want to deliver this game to be solid as is and not worry about like bloating this game and complicating design and making it get delayed.
We'll also we'll get it to you a lot quicker if we just stick to our guns.
Yeah, we know this game is good, and we don't want to send you something that we sort of hacked quickly because y'all gave us a lot of money and then are disappointed by the thing that we gave you because it doesn't live up to your expectations.
Yep.
Because we value you as backers.
True that. Double true.
So it's 7:43 here, and we were going to intend to do this for an hour, so we could probably play one more game.
Love the design of the game. Did you consider using a euro sign instead of a dollar sign? We've done a lot of thinking about whether or not we want to replace that. I'm going to do some experimenting. I wouldn't use euro necessarily on account of that's a new currency.
But maybe.
It could be cute, just because it's a euro game. Yeah. But I've been looking around at, or I've been futzing around and designing fake dollar symbols. Like in Pokemon, they have their like fake Poke money symbol. And
yeah.
So
yeah, it's up in the air. We don't know yet, for sure.
Yeah, so that could theoretically change. The layout won't, but
yeah, totally. There's like the things that will change by the time you get it will be very small. Like you'll still look at it; it'll look the same. Some of the numbers might tweak ever so slightly. Some of the pieces will change based on stretch goals. But overall, like this is more, and there are some small rule changes that will happen in order to sort of refine some of the rougher points and sort of the finer strategies. But
yeah,
overall, we really like this game. It's fun. It's easy to play. It's quick to play, and
Have you thought about playing the game in a tournament setting? You totally could. Actually, a friend of mine just emailed me saying he had bought a bunch of copies of it so that he could play it at the same time with a lot of his friends. There's no reason why. I mean, you could do team play where it's reds versus blues and then you score it up.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Or you could do like a round robin between people where you switch out. There's no reason you couldn't do tournament play. I might even recommend, and this could be silly.
Switch it back to us while we're just talking.
Yeah, sure. You could totally do something where you keep the resources you ended the previous game with, but none of the structures, and then start the next game with that.
Nice.
Yeah, so like feel free to create variants, or like if you want a 4-player version of it, figure out a way where 2 people can have 2 games going on at the same time that maybe affect each other. There are plenty of things you can do.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you mess around with the rules. I shouldn't, because that'd be weird of me. I'd put this out as a digital game if I didn't want you to mess with the rules, because then you couldn't.
So I just had a shift through the Kickstarter. I was wondering yesterday, are you guys planning to expand it?
So
question.
If you've been keeping up with Shift, we also have an app that we've been working on, and that app will give you access to cards. If we did anything to access it, to expand it, probably be in that app first before.
Sorry, Joe just asked a question. So is the final value of the Smith 5.5 or 5.7?
So 7's a little high. It usually was the last thing people bought, and I want it to get used a little more. We tried lowering it for this game. It's the first time we've played with it lower.
Yeah, same, just change right.
I bought it a little quicker than I wanted to. Technically, it's as expensive as the Village, if like we're looking at a zero-sum game between the labor and the money. But my eyebrows furrow a lot when I'm thinking. I just think I look really serious in the camera. So 5.5 maybe. It could also end up being 5.6. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, again, expect small changes. So nothing. The reason that everything is said is like draft or whatever, or I keep saying like, oh, like, you know, expect changes, is that like the game's done, but there are small like things that we will tweak based on either what people suggest or say and whatever we think will be the most fun by the end of the game, because that's our job, is to deliver the best game we can do. So. But
like also we like taking feedback like when we can. Someone mentioned that we should do little hexagonal shaped victory tokens, and that's why we changed them up to be like this. The final one, if you've seen the Board Game Geek image, yeah, was it? I don't quite remember who we get. We have a ton of comments if you look at our Kickstarter compared to others. But on the back of them, there'll be one of these victory point gems filling up the whole thing. It looks really cool digitally. I'm really excited to see that physically.
Yep.
These look really cute too.
Yeah, they're super cute. Uh-oh.
Lost connection. Oh, it quit out of. Okay, here I got it.
Yeah. Well.
And we got it back.
Sweet. Sorry, that dropped out for a second.
My app kicked us out. Okay. Well, either way.
Okay, so do we have any more important questions? Oh, we didn't answer the Shift question. We want to make more Shift. We need more people to know about Shift. We've actually sold more copies of Shift during this campaign than we have in a very long time, which is very exciting.
But Shift takes a long time to balance and a lot of math. And Clayton and I are both good designers, but we're not like math wizards. So we like that. We come to the same conclusions as a math wizard. I know a couple math wizards.
It just takes us longer to do it,
but,
so it's a lot of work for us to make that go. The main reason we haven't tackled it yet, because we know math wizards, so we have people to consult if we have some problems, but that's not the problem. The problem is it's a ton of work to do, and to do more Shift, we need more people to know about Shift, so that's why there's the Sharfin contest and why we've been talking about it a lot lately and why we're working on the app again. Like, we just want to work to get more word out about the game, because it's really cool, and if you haven't checked it out and you like Japanese-style CCGs, it's incredible and super fun.
Yep.
So let's tackle one more game, because it's short.
We're going to play this one a little quicker.
So less focus on questions and more focus on just playing a game real quick.
Okay.
And then,
I'm going to start this time.
Probably wrap for the night. So can you switch back to the game before we start?
No.
So they can see what we're doing.
So I'm going to go first.
Sweet. You won, as is your right.
Classic starting turn. Your turn.
All right.
Oh, wait. Our goal is the 5-labor goal.
All right.
All right, ladies.
And right, I'm going to I'm going to follow suit this turn. This time, I'm going to also build the camp. We should put the camp evil on the board. Yeah, right. Mind doing that.
Should have done that on my turn. My beat. So. One of each. I get a coin and 3 labor, and I'm gonna grind. Yep. Should have left him here. Okay.
Okay. So now I am going to also take a coin.
We've thought about a 2-sided board. I don't want to balance a whole nother game. That'll take us just as long as it took to balance the first game.
Yeah.
So
at this point, yeah, we're not.
Yes, we've thought about it. No, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, basically at this point, we're not going to add anything that's going to complicate the design of the game because literally, like within a week of the project being done, it'll be going to the printers, and then hopefully it'll get to you early. We said May, but we want to get it to you as soon as
possible. We don't want it to be August.
Yeah, we really just want it to get out to you so you can play it as fast as possible.
Also, so that we can make more games and not worry about this Kickstarter. Because once we've shipped it out and we're done, and it's off of our hands. Like then we can really get down to something else. So
yeah, and we have a couple more awesome micro game ideas that we are considering. So
and some awesome digital games
and other things.
Bigger board games.
I know y'all like micro games, so that's why I mentioned it. So that's why.
I do.
So there's the 2 labor. Wait, I just got super confused about what we said. Did I move anyone already?
No, you didn't.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so move those 2, and those 2, and I am going to
4 labor. 2 cash. Near the mill.
I think I'll build the mill. I guess we're starting with some gold. That's fine. Paper gold.
Yep.
Okay. And your turn. Province, the dark world. In a world where province is dark.
So I got 2 coins, 2 labor. And I'm gonna pick up the lender. And it's your turn.
Okay. I'm definitely taking cash because I'll pretty much always want to take cash.
Yeah.
By
the way, I'm gonna put this out here, and I'm gonna really regret putting it out here. If you do a mod of the game and you think it's cool, feel free to send us the rules. And if I ever have spare time, theoretically, I might be able to do some art for it.
Sure.
Like no big painting or anything, but if you want like board art, like I wouldn't mind. Like if it's a cool idea, sure I'll endorse it as a cool idea. Not as an official laboratory thing, but it'll be like, oh, cool idea.
Okay, we can board game it.
Did you pay for the mill?
Did I?
No, I don't think you.
No, I didn't. You're right.
Thank you. Joe,
it's really hard to watch both of these things. I keep looking up, and then that's what I said.
We're better at this game than
questions.
Yes. Okay.
Two.
We're only going to answer questions between turns. Thanks, Joe.
No. So that's 3 labor. 2 and 1. I'm going to, so I'm going to take a coin and grind.
Sure. Okay, so just to answer that question, Clayton and I have been talking about other stretch goals.
I have a feeling I've totally screwed something up in my game, but it's cool.
It's possible. And one of those might include a kind of making of, because a lot of people seem to be really curious about the design process.
Yeah.
That's something we're totally willing to be open with, but it would take us time to like edit together a little video.
Yeah.
So
we might do like a little digital like.
In which case, you'd totally see the fighting game. The fighting game isn't that fun, which is why we didn't continue on it.
Yeah. That's some interesting ideas.
Oh, totally. And you know, if I spent more time on it, it could have been cooler. I'm just. Shift was a fighting game, and I didn't feel like doing 2 of those. I don't want to be that company. Or we don't want to be that company.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're trying to do a bunch of different kinds of games because that's what we want to do. Which is why we're not just doing board games, we do digital games and other stuff too. So we have lots of weird stuff coming down.
And I'm just going to get 2 coins to grind with. And it's your turn.
Okay. So you don't take my money?
Yep. Yes, we do, Joe. Yes, we do.
So I'm going to move here. That gives me 4 labor because I have the mill, and I'm going to build the harbor for 4 labor and 4 coin, and I will now
shake. That's double white. So we're still working out when we want you to actually earn those things. I figure you wouldn't earn it. I think you earn things at the beginning of your turn.
Yeah.
So that's that. Because originally you didn't cast them until the beginning of your next turn, so I don't think you earned them. My turn. Sorry, I'm just gonna make sure that you can see all my stuff. I'm just gonna get 3 coins. And let's make some change. And Clayton 2 turn.
That is a lot of equals on the dollars. So now I don't have any money, which Sam has astutely starved me of. I need to throw these tokens and maybe I'll get a little more. Nope. Just as AI. Alright, so.
Mind if I Mandark a little? Okay.
Alright. So I have 4 labor.
Double grinds.
I'm going to double grind that because Sam has deprived me of
So that's what I do.
my taste.
Okay, my turn.
Taste of coin.
4 labor. So I have 2 cool choices. If I only spend 4 coins, I could also totally get a sailor. So 4 labor, 4 coins. I could also just get the harbor, but I want to get something that'll give me some points. You know what? I'm actually gonna village it up. Villager bank. What do I want to do? Come on, Sam. Union. That'll give me a victory point. But if I got a double,
really, Michael?
Sailor.
Really, shake your Norny? Really? All right.
But I don't want the lender coin. Oh, you know, I think I still have the lender coin at the end of the first game. You might have been able to win that. Oops. Unless you borrowed it back, in which case, double oops. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the bank.
Have you considered making the blue buildings look different than the red ones to accommodate color blindness? Yes. We
we
haven't tweaked buildings yet. So we've only done the goals and the labor tracker. There's other stuff we are going to change from the art upgrade, and that's something we'll be looking at.
Yep.
So I'm going.
Have your money.
I could have a lot of money hypothetically. Cast the ship tokens. See if I.
You can get a sailor. You got a lot of money.
Don't have enough.
Didn't you walk them all? You haven't done that yet.
I haven't done that yet. So I'll just walk them all. A sort of funny state.
Oh, that is a good. Even just mirror imaging the buildings. That could be cute. Yeah, I'll definitely look at that and see if that's something I enjoy. I also like the idea of them looking a little different. You know, families, different architects they hire.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Clayton got the goal. He generated.
Oh, yes, it did.
5 labor between the mill and that. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. Thanks.
Yeah, we're talking a lot.
We have official judges in the form of 40 people watching.
So next person gets the structure. Moving my things.
Maybe people can't see your stuff.
People can see it. Look over there.
So I just moved it. Sam needs to build a structure to claim the next goal, if he wants to do that.
I gotta move 3 of those guys, and then get the labor necessary. And I got the mill. Give me that goal.
Double worker. Okay, so that's actually, let's see. That's 4 labor and 6 coins.
I agree with that about the dice tower thing. Joe's saying that someone should buy 2 sailors. That might have been a while. How much money did you have?
6.
He was saying buy 2 sailors.
The
village does give him 2 victory points.
It's a 2 victory point thing, though. The sailors aren't. I mean, now I get this and 2.
Actually, you can only buy 1 sailor per turn too. It says that in the rules.
So what happened now is I get this victory point from the goal, and I get a victory point from building the village. So
that's 3 victory points.
Which, if I could hypothetically have bought 3 sailors, then that would not have given me all those points. Just the single goal.
So yeah, dice tower. I agree with him about color blindness. He also doesn't understand why people put Roman numerals on everything, though. And I do it so that we don't have to translate the money. Though most people can read American numbers.
It's dramatic. It feels.
Yeah, Roman numerals.
Feels only over P.
They're so cool, especially that L, which means 50.
Correct.
Okay, my turn.
Actually, that's the reason there's a Roman numeral. Roman numeral 3 on the lender loan is that it costs 3 to pay off. All right. So your turn, sir.
Yep. So it's 4 labor, 1 coin. So we got a coin. 4 labor, double grind. And then double grind, lender coin, harbor, pick up a sailor. And then I lose these coins. So also these colors are really close to each other. There's a newer version of the orange meeple that's a lot more orange. Plus we're doing color blindness stuff by changing up how the meeples look depending on where they're from.
They're going to get some sort of marks or shapes on them or letters or something. We're still working out the final design.
Yep.
So it's my turn. I am definitely going to claim all of this coin. So I'll take 3, and then generate up to 3 labor.
4. You have the.
I can't move your red.
You have the mill.
I know. I can't move your sailor.
Oh, right on. Right.
So I can only generate 3 labor. So I'm just going to move this one, and Sam can meet his old friend starvation. And I'm going to grind for an additional point.
I don't think I took double coins when I made it on the bank. I think I forgot about my bank powers, but it doesn't matter. At 6 labor.
There are a ton of Roman numeral coins using games like this. Yeah, that'd be fun. I condone using metal coins in our game.
Yeah, go for it. So that's 1, 6, and I'm going to grind for all 3, and use those to pay off the lender. And it's your turn, Clayton.
All right, so I'm claiming my coin, and then I'm going to move all 4 of these dudes. And that gives me 4 labor. These are the prices are still.
Get another 2.
Oh, and then I have the. Sorry, I have the 5 labor and $5, so I can buy.
If you get the smithy, you get that goal.
And I will do that. So I spend 5 and my 5, and I get that goal. And Sam is about to get a lot of money.
Yep. So that's. I have the bank, so that's 8. 5, 6, 7, 8.
You're not moving your red.
Oh, right. Fine.
10. You just take the 10 coin. Take the 10 coin.
Just do it. It feels so good. It feels so right.
You get the goal.
And I get that goal, and all the goals are complete. Game's over. I get to end my turn? No, it just ends it.
Yeah. That's it.
Right, it's immediately over. So let's see who won, because I wasn't paying attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clayton has 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, and you didn't toss the ship tokens.
6, 7, 8. Right on. So Clayton wins by 2. Woo! And we weren't really paying attention, so we screwed up a lot.
I mean, we were paying attention. Just we're also doing this again. It's when we're playing by ourselves, it's not the same as when we're playing for you. So.
Yeah. So Joe, thank you for attempting to keep us on track. If you're here in the room, I'm sure we would have been a lot better off.
It's true.
All
right. So yeah, that was 2 games of Province.
We screwed up a little, but we're gonna record.
Yeah, we'll try to record a better game at some point.
But yeah.
But that should give you a good idea of like what this is like to do this. Dave Howell to make Roman numeral penny gems. That would be cute. Maybe, I don't know. We could talk to him. He's a super swell guy. Just want to put that out.
Yeah, Dave's rad.
Dave is super duper nice and cool. So if you ever get a chance to meet Dave, he's also very like visually imposing. He's a great presence and very good at telling stories.
Well, yeah, he was conducting a jazz orchestra thing and some theater, so he projects. It's cool. It's badass. Let's move this since we're not going to use this camera anymore, so that it can see us without this thing. Cool. So answer a couple more questions.
Yeah, if you have any more questions, we'll answer them, and then this stream will be here archived, I think.
So we're going to wait for like 30 seconds for the video to catch up, and then you can ask those questions.
Will you relaunch Egypt? You spelled it wrong. Yes.
So did we, though. So EJIPT is the way we spell our ridiculous Egypt.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not really trying to be a jerk. So
he just does it naturally. No, I'm kidding.
Burn. Yes, we would like to relaunch Egypt.
It was the first thing we made together.
Yeah, it was the first thing we made together.
It's about 7 years old.
It is very light. It is also extremely well play tested. It's a really fun game. It is deceptively light, and that makes it very hard to market. But we'd like to do a microgame version of it because we think we can make that happen.
We don't think it'll be as successful as this because there isn't like a niche audience for it. It's not a type of game. It's just a light, really fun board game. A lot of people confuse it for a roll and move too. It's not. When you roll, you kind of get to choose. It determines the amount of choice you get to make, and then you end up moving the tiles around. And you can move up to that roll. So I think it got a bad rap on Board Game Geek and a lot of message boards. I feel like if we relaunch it, we have a better idea of how we'd want to market it too.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's a neat little game. It was also necessarily expensive when we did it before.
Yeah, because we wanted it in like a Fantasy Flight sized box, like what Red November originally came in.
Yeah, and it was going to be it was going to be a much bigger package, and we had to quote it at a price that was like a minimum run because we had no way to guarantee the volume we needed. So either way, we're going to reapproach it. So it's definitely possible. And we definitely want to. Let me be quite clear.
So no, we aren't going to be doing a double-sided board. We don't want to have to rebalance an entire different game on the back of it. And if we did another board, I wouldn't want it to just be different. I'd want it to have some sort of utility. Otherwise, it's the same as just kind of changing the top board. So I don't want a reason for people to want to play the back, and I don't think we have time to design all that. Are you looking for any illustrators for future projects?
Potentially, yes.
Potentially.
You could shoot me an email at clayton@library.bg.
Yeah, if you have a portfolio site that's online, or if you'd want to email us anything that you have, feel free.
Let me be clear. Sam is an incredible artist. He's incredibly versatile.
What? Okay, thank you. I do all our art.
Yeah.
So if you go to laboratory.vg or my website, imadethisthing.com, you could see some of my art. But if there's ever a project where we had volume, or if we wanted to do style.
Yeah, you don't do everything. You don't pretend to try to be able to do every single thing no matter what. So.
No, absolutely.
And there's definitely some projects we're thinking about that need a lot of art down the road.
So we wouldn't be able to do all of it. Clayton's also done, Clayton designed the Egypt logo, among other things.
Our company logo.
And the company logo. So he's a great designer as well. But, depending on the project, we could always look for someone. The other thing is we don't have that much money. So if you're looking for, paid work,
well, no, we would commission you.
Yeah,
that's not a thing.
But it's not a full-time job.
Yeah.
We're not hiring.
We cannot give you a full-time job by any means.
Yeah. What if the action circles had an incoming and outgoing section?
We thought about doing that.
If the board was bigger, that would make sense.
Yeah, the issue, we thought about doing a little cutout and you could like stack things, but it's like that's not really ideal. Again, the idea is that if we do the being able to flip the tokens over, you'll be able to know.
Yeah, so like it would have the meatball on one side of it, and then on the other side something to show, either like Z's for like sleep or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, just to be clear, like that's the next stretch goal, and y'all have been going crazy on stretch goals. We're probably almost like well underway to our next one, and we'll probably hit it the next few days.
So thank you, Will, and Michael. Yeah, on the back we might have the box art. We'll probably have credits.
Yeah, I don't know. We've talked about it, but we haven't nailed it down.
Yeah,
It's super important at the moment.
They'll definitely probably be a URL to our website so that if you have it, you'll know who we are and where to get our stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. We're not positive yet, but
Possibilities. It's not McDonald's.
God, is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's terrible what jingles do to your brain.
Anything else, guys? Because we're both tired and hungry.
Yeah, I need to go to dinner.
It's 8, and we forget to eat a lot while we're working.
Cool. Well, it looks like some people are starting to sign out. That makes sense. So thank you all for joining us.
And thank you all for backing. Yeah. It means a lot to us. We blew out. I thought we were going to get between maybe 10, 15 at the most K on the project. But we've already quadrupled our funding goal, and it's been an incredible ride. So thank you so much for...
We're only halfway there.
Yeah, so keep proving us wrong. I keep being cynical. Keep proving us wrong.
Yeah. Thanks so much. See you guys later. End of broadcast.